This is the story of the world's most luxurious car, built by a boy who started with nothing. No silver spoon, no connections, just poverty, grief, and grit. But here's the twist. Rolls-Royce wasn't built in luxury. It was built because of war, pain, and pure obsession with perfection. How does a child laborer become the engineer behind the most elite brand on the planet? Why did war almost destroy it? And what made a car so smooth? They named it after a ghost. Let's rewind the story of Rolls-Royce. Because once you know where it started, you'll never see luxury the same way again. Rolls-Royce is a brand whispered in the halls of royalty. It's not just a car. It's a moving sculpture, the choice of billionaires, heads of state, and icons. But this image is misleading, because the story doesn't begin in marble mansions or luxury showrooms. It starts in a village in England, with a 4-year-old boy delivering newspapers barefoot. His name, Henry Royce. Born in 1863, his father's business collapsed when he was still learning how to walk. At age 9, his father died. His mother cleaned houses. And Henry, he worked, he read, he built, he survived. This isn't a rags-to-riches cliché. This is what you get when a child is forced to become a man before he's even a teenager. And it's this forged-in-fire mentality that would later shape the DNA of Rolls-Royce. At 21, Henry could have played it safe. He had skills, he had job offers, but he didn't want a job, he wanted control. So with just 20 pounds, he opened a tiny shop in Manchester. No VC money, no rich uncle, just obsession. He made doorbells, clamps, light fixtures, not glamorous, but smart. He was solving problems, and the money followed. By 1900, his company was making £20,000 a year. But every rise invites a fall. The problem? Foreign competition. By 1901, German and American companies flooded the British market. Prices crashed, demand collapsed, and Royce, back to rock bottom. His health broke down, his mind frayed. His doctor gave him simple advice. Take a vacation, get fresh air, buy a car. So Henry bought a French car, a Decoville, and it sucked. The brakes barely worked. The engine roared like a dying animal. Royce didn't get angry. He got obsessed. He started tweaking it, then rebuilding it, then redesigning it entirely. And without realizing it, he had done something extraordinary. He built a better car than the one he bought. In 1904, he tested his new car, 10 horsepower, 2 cylinders. It ran smooth, quiet, reliable. He didn't just improve the car, he reimagined what a car could be. But Henry wasn't a showman. He didn't want the spotlight, so the world might have never heard of him. If not for Charles Rolls. Charles Rolls was the opposite of Henry. Young, aristocratic, passionate about speed and status. He spotted Henry's car at an exhibition and instantly knew, this guy isn't building machines, he's building masterpieces. They shook hands, merged names, and launched a brand, Rolls-Royce. But they didn't chase clout, they chased silence. Most car makers competed for noise, speed, power. Rolls-Royce? They built a car so smooth, it passed what they called the whisper test. It was called the Silver Ghost, because it didn't growl, it glided. Kings wanted it, CEOs flaunted it. But then, the war came. World War I breaks out, and suddenly no one's buying luxury. The economy tanks, employees get laid off, and the world thought, this is the end of Rolls-Royce. But Royce didn't fold. He pivoted. They took the Silver Ghost, stripped it down, armored it up, and sent it to war. These weren't just military vehicles. They were ambulances, spying vehicles, escape cars. They transported wounded soldiers, saved lives, and outlasted the terrain. And then, they went bigger. Britain was losing in the skies. French companies dominated aviation engines. So what did Rolls-Royce do? They said, we'll build better ones. By 1915, the Eagle engine was born. Lighter, more fuel efficient, more reliable. They didn't just survive the war, they powered the victory. After the war, Henry's health declined. But even as doctors gave him 3 months to live, he worked. He redesigned the Silver Ghost. He created the Spirit of Ecstasy, the sculpture that still defines the brand today. And like the car itself, he defied expectations. He didn't die. He recovered. But when he finally passed in 1933, he left behind more than just cars. He left behind a legacy of craftsmanship, obsession, and what I call the pursuit of silent excellence. Today, Rolls-Royce is owned by BMW, but the soul, it's still Royce. Every car is still handcrafted, still silent, still built with the DNA of a boy who started with nothing. And when you see one glide down the street, you're not just seeing luxury, you're seeing pain, persistence, and perfection stitched into every inch of leather and steel. Because the world's most luxurious car was never about luxury at all. It was about proving that the quietest people build the loudest legacies. Great things aren't always built in the spotlight. Henry Royce didn't wait for perfect conditions. He created in chaos. When everyone else saw failure, he saw fuel. What could you build if you stopped waiting for the right moment and started where you are? Royce didn't just bounce back from failure. He built systems out of it. The war nearly ended them. Instead, they pivoted into war machines and aviation engines. What if your worst moment is the blueprint for your best one? Now 2 quick actions. Action 1. Build a failure file. Write down 3 moments in your life where things fell apart. Now ask, what skills, insights, or grit did I gain because of them? Action 2. Start a $20 project. Royce started with just £20. Set a $20 budget. Build something, a product, a pitch, a prototype. Constraint forces creativity. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more builders in the dark. Be one of them.